Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about my best cheap fragrance recommendations that smell niche. This is the perfect video for anyone out there that really wants to upgrade their scent game without spending hundreds of dollars on niche fragrance prices. If you're not quite ready to commit to spending $300, $400, sometimes even more on a bottle of cologne, but at the same time you still want something that is artistic and unique. And the first scent that I want to talk about is an absolute steal, Tabac Exquis from Kayaan. And I know you may be thinking, Kayaan? That's a very expensive niche brand. You are correct, but I was able to find this size of 50 ml on Fragrance by CA for like around $100. And that is still a bit pricey, but not when you compare it to the retail price. This is a masterpiece tobacco scent. It's definitely not a $20 cheapie, but I still think that it's a pretty accessible price point for most people. And it is truly worth every single penny. This one has been a recent addiction for me, something that I just crave to smell. Truly a masterpiece of a tobacco scent. It's very wearable and classy. It's this kind of like chocolatey, silky iris combo with a very approachable tobacco. There is a lot of tobacco here, but it doesn't go in the direction of things like Tabac Vanille or even Herod from Parfum de Marly, which I've heard some people compare this to Herod. I think it's apples and oranges. It is a perfectly executed dimensional gourmand, but not too gourmand. Don't let that scare you. It's really only like 25% gourmand-ish. It's a very rich scent, but not dense. There's a lot of sweetness here. There's tonka beans. Overall, it's just incredibly silky smooth. That is the key word to describe Tabac Exquis. It is heaven. Unisex, very, very strong. I get really good longevity with this, like easily like 8+ hours. I think it's an even better alternative to Herod. I would compare this closer to Herod than Tabac Vanille. This is really just the perfect chocolate, tobacco, and orris butter scent. Herod is, for me, more like cherry vanilla with tobacco, and also a bit of a more like pipe tobacco in Herod than here. This is also much, much fresher and easier to wear year-round than Herod. I love the balance of it with the freshness and the sweetness. It is truly beautiful and just very luxurious feeling. I would buy it 100 times again. Tabac Exquis from Kayaan. Next up, we have another fragrance that is also around that $100 mark. Khamzat Smesh from Super's Budapest. One of my all-time favorite fragrances for men, literally ever. It is out of this world attractive. It's woody and earthy, a very modern fougere. So many unique elements. It opens with this blast of like blood orange. It's very bright, has some lavender, very aromatic and vibrant, and it has this very small hint of neroli. It's very minimal, it's not a floral scent, but it is there in the background to kind of give it a bit of a dressiness and classiness. But what steals the show in Smesh is this combination of very exotic spices and cashmere. This is a very cashmere wood dominant fragrance, and there's just nothing that elevates a scent more and makes it feel very rich than cashmere, in my opinion. And it is finished off with a very kind of dry, exotic, masculine vetiver. It's kind of earthy, mossy, and vanillic. It is sexy, guys. Very head-turning. Super's Budapest is a true gem of a niche house, and I love the offerings that they have and that they also put it at a lower price point. Very accessible, but you are definitely getting what you pay for. There's a lot of quality throughout the entire house, and if you like, you can save 10% with the code ERICA10. So I promise we're gonna get to the super cheapies here in a second, but I wanted to highlight a fragrance from the house of Habibi New York, and this one is white Moroccan leather. I just had to include it. This is the most wearable and classiest, freshest leather scent I have ever smelled. And trust me, I have tried a lot. It's a really great USA-based niche house with amazing, like crazy amazing price points for the quality that you're getting, not just in the juice, but even the bottles and the presentation are very nice. You can really tell that there was a lot of effort and love that went into designing these bottles, bringing these scents to fruition. This has a very like citrusy and fresh opening. Citrus with spices, but not spices like in your face. It doesn't like make your nose tingle or anything like that. It is very blended. It just adds depth to the scent, and you'll find a mid of orris butter, incense, and leather. It's just really interesting because it's not like a very smoky or floral scent at all. It kind of has a bit of a clean edge to it. It's woody in the base. It just smells refined, and the leather is not too forward. It's more of a supporting note in the background, but it is a leather scent. Really, it is the best year-round signature-worthy leather scent that you can find. These go for around $135 for a 75 ml, and you can also save 10% with the code ERICA10. At the very least, you need to try a discovery kit from this house. They are very, very impressive. They really just got it right. White Moroccan leather from Habibi, New York. Next up, we have By the Fireplace from Maison Margiela, and you can find this on discounters for around $85. For me, this is one of the very best from Maison Margiela. It's like a winter staple. It's a cult classic at this point. It's just so cozy and warming. It reminds you of being home for the holidays with your family, and is also really meant for like cold winter weather. It's chestnut and vanilla with smokiness and sweetness. This has Peru balsam and cashmere with cloves and pepper. It's not going to be for everyone because of the smokiness and because it is very sweet, which is also why I think this is a more like limited scent. Like you can't wear it that often. It's really just for the holidays, at least in my opinion. But you cannot deny the uniqueness and the creativity here. So sensory and realistic. It is brilliant, and this one definitely has some of the best longevity and projection from the replica line. Easy to try in store at Sephora. It's just so nostalgic. I love it. So now we're gonna start talking about some fragrances that are very, very affordable. And first up, we have Crimson from Rayhaan, the newest release from Rayhaan. This is kind of in that like $40 and under range. And this fragrance smells expensive. I truly have no idea how Rayhaan can price these fragrances so low, because the bottles are really nice and the scents are good too. It really just makes no sense to me. Like, how are they making money? But hey, it's a benefit for us, right? So this has cinnamon and cardamom with heliotrope, kind of some soft flowers with tonka beans and ambroxan. This is supposed to be inspired by Centaurus, but I really want to emphasize the word inspired. People are so quick to go around and say, this is a copy of this is a clone of that, when it's like, have you smelled the original? Or are you just saying that to get views? I don't know, but for me, this is like distant cousins to Centaurus. Centaurus is all about tobacco. There's no tobacco in this. You can't deny that it's kind of in that wheelhouse, but Centaurus is just a bit more like refined and complex feeling. And this is also a lot fresher too. This is around 40 bucks versus like $550. If you want something that feels rich, that's really affordable, try Crimson. Plus the bottle is so cool. One of my most favorite cheapies ever is Kayaan Classic from Al Watania. You guys know I talk about this all the time on my channel. This is a very creamy, orangey rose scent. This also has a lot of orris butter with a little bit of jasmine, very silky and rich. Overall, it's just creamy. It's the best word to describe this scent. Everything about Kayaan Classic is done in a creamy way. There's a lot of vanilla, but it's not too sweet. There's really more sweetness coming from the orange than the vanilla. It's so affordable and smells very, very, very high quality for the price point, like around 20 bucks. You can tell there's the quality oils in this. Kind of dries to a more like dusty vanilla. A really great like year-round date night scent. Or you could even wear it as a signature and you're just gonna smell very stylish. Try this if you like orris butter, orangey vanilla scents. Kayaan Classic from Al Watania. This next fragrance rocked my world when I tried it for the first time. This is Mukhtalif Signature from New Souk. This is another one that you guys see me talking about all the time, but just because it's so good. This is woody and sappy, dense, very alluring and exotic. It's kind of a like woody cypriol scent. Comes off a bit oudy that feels very ambery and musky. Something a bit fresh about it too. Just grabs your attention. And once again, more cypriol-esque than necessarily oudy. Slightly herbal too, not really floral, just more woody than anything. A really great like introductory scent if you want to experiment with something more bold and loud and exotic. This smells like it could easily be a $400 plus scent, and it also performs like an absolute beast. All Mukhtalif Signature from New Souk. Next up is Nitro White from Dumont Paris. This is a really great cheapie if you like vanilla scents and you want something that is a bit more complex. This is like a honey vanilla scent with iris, but the kind of sparkling facet. There's like juniper berries in here. It's kind of aromatic. There's cypress too. There's a lot of facets to this. It's not just a basic vanilla. A bit resinous in the base. There's some amber and myrrh, musky, and it says it has leather, but I don't know how much leather I really get. It just feels very well blended. Like the way that the notes come out in this scent is very equal to one another. It's not just like a typical vanilla scent with like a little bit of spice added, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of different layers to it, and it's something that is more elevated, a very elevated vanilla. And once again, you could find this for around like 20 bucks. It's a really great, loud, sweet, playful scent that the ladies absolutely love. Nitro White from Dumont Paris. So another very loud, fun, sweet, playful scent is Jawhari from Aroma Concepts. And this was actually created by a really famous fragrance TikToker, Daniel Renee, and he's actually kind of my neighbor. So hi neighbor, if you're watching this. This is more of a sweet, kind of gourmand scent. It has coffee and orange with a cotton candy note. But this one for me is very transformative. I really, really like this. Like the more that I've discovered it, and it has aged very well too. I think I've had this for maybe like a few months now, and it's macerated really beautifully. There's something about it. It reminds me of something. It's definitely not inspired by anything, but it has this kind of like iconic feel, maybe like Monkey Special or something, I don't know, but sweeter. So it's like cotton candy. There's some like fresh kind of creamy citruses to it, but I get patchouli in this. Like I get some sort of kind of earthy green element, and it really balances out the sweeter notes and makes it wearable for men too. This has heliotrope and lily of the valley, so definitely has more like modern floral notes. It's not like a stuffy old school type of scent at all. There's honey, brown sugar. I love the coffee in this. I love it. And I love how it just opens so sweet and fun and inviting and dries down a bit more sensual, but also very like dressy, kind of alluring for the nighttime. Definitely a great option if you like fragrances that have a bit of a like pop to them, like a wow factor, like something that is going to get people to notice you, and you like to pull off kind of sexy, sweet fragrances. Jawhari from Aroma Concepts. We're gonna go ahead and finish up the video with Bentley Intense. It is a classic, truly at this point, a household name in the fragrance community. It smells super, super masculine. It's boozy. There's rum with cinnamon and black pepper with a really nice bay leaf note, and the bay leaf is really what gives it not an old school vibe, but something very grown up. And it's just so attractive in that way. It just smells like a man, you know what I mean? It's kind of leathery with balsamic resins. And I have to say too, this bottle has also macerated to perfection. This scent really just got better and better and better over time. I really feel like there was a huge change in this versus when I first sprayed it. It got much boozier. It literally just smells like cedar infused rum with spices and herbalness. It smells like a gangster. Get this if you want to smell sexy and grown up. So yeah, guys, that was just a quick top 10 list video of the best cheap fragrances that smell very expensive. I love these types of videos, and I could definitely do a part 2. There are so many fragrances that come to my mind when I think of this category. So let me know in the comments down below if you'd like to see a part 2, and is there any affordable fragrance that you think smells very rich? I would love to know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.